Hey you guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back. So, it's here. Yay! The Sephora sale is finally upon us. The spring sale is happening. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Every year, every spring and fall, I always get my list together. I'm going to leave the dates down below, but it's starting tomorrow. I'm super pumped. And yeah, there's just so many things. First of all, I was going to say on my list, but actually I think I was tame this spring. I'm only going to buy like 4 items. We'll see. Sometimes that changes. I'm talking minutes before the sale. I'll just like move things in and out of my cart and I just can never make my mind up. But I have a lot of recommendations for you guys. I really tried to narrow it down. This video could be really long, but I just tried to pick my most favorite things that I've been using a lot and things that are just, I think are really worth it. So I have just a hodgepodge of products, just so many random things. Makeup, skincare, there's some fragrance in here, SPFs, so lots of good things. So lots to talk about. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first product, one thing that's probably on a lot of people's list is the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. It is so hard to get Charlotte Tilbury on sale, so I always take advantage of the sale when it comes to Charlotte Tilbury. And two of my favorite shades that I want to recommend to you guys is first the one I'm wearing. This is called Super Cindy. I love this because it's that like spicy 90s nude that I love so much. And it's great because it can go from spring to fall. It can kind of work with like coral spring looks, or it can also be, you can like spice it up for the fall. So I love the shade so much, and it's such, I don't know, it's just such a universal color, but it's just such a gorgeous nude, so unique. It's just like that Your Lips But Better shade. So pretty. You guys can see how it goes on too. Her formula is just so super creamy. I just love it so much. I love all her colors. Pillow Talk wasn't really worth it for me. Everybody raved about that, but a little too mauvey, a little too deep purplish for me. But I really love this color. And then I love Bitch Perfect is another one of my favorites. And then also Kim KW is just that perfect cool tone nude. It's a little too pale on its own for me, but I like it in the center of my lips, or if I have like a colorful lip liner on just to fill out the rest of my lips. And it's just a perfect nude. I love it. Love her formulas, love her lipsticks. Definitely splurge worthy, but if you can get it for 20% off, I think they're worth it because they're just so good. So definitely stock up on some Charlotte Tilbury. The Flawless Filter I do really think is worth it as well. I feel like I put that off for so long. I don't know. I'm like, is it too hyped up? Is it really that worth it? Is it just a highlighter? But it's not just a highlighter. There's just something about that. It makes your skin look so dewy and glowy. It's just that like candlelit glow from within look. It's so beautiful. Do I have it in front of me? Here, just to show you guys, I have the shade 4. This is the medium tone shade. The lighter tones are a little bit more on the icier side. You get more of like a pearlescent glow with the light shades. Just more of like a fleshy tone shade. So I really love that. I think this is worth it as well. And then let's see. Oh, some skincare. This is going to be kind of all over the place just because everything's packed in this box. Hopefully you guys don't mind that. But the Kate Somerville Clarifying Treatment Toner is one of my favorite toners. So this is one of the more affordable products in Kate Somerville's line. I think it's in the $20-something range, and it's really a great toner. It has witch hazel in here for its calming and soothing properties. It also has phytic acid, which phytic acid is a chemical exfoliant that also has antioxidant properties, so you get protection from this as well. So lots of good things in this toner, and it does a good job. The main thing, it just clarifies my skin. I don't really notice any brightening or anything from it, but I just wake up with like smoother skin in the morning, and the biggest difference for me is around my nose. I really feel like it just helps to unclog those pores around my nose. So I love this. It's non-drying, it's fragrance-free, it's alcohol-free, oil-free. So yeah, some really great things in here, and it just does good things for my skin. I love this for when I'm just feeling extra grimy. Would really recommend this. Also from Kate Somerville's line, I've been loving her other chemical exfoliant. The Liquid Exfoliate is great. I think that's around the $50-something range. But I always wake up with really glowy skin. That does great things. It's not super strong, so if you're new to chemical exfoliants, I think you would really like that one as well. And for heavy duty exfoliant, like I'm talking almost equivalent to in-office chemical peel exfoliation without the peeling, try the Drunk Elephant TLC Sakura Baby Facial. If I could recommend one product from Drunk Elephant's line, it would be this. And that's because it's just the one product that I actually see immediate results from. The first time I tried this, it scared me to death because I applied it and I immediately felt burning and tingling but my face never got red or irritated from it. I stuck it out through the burn, and then once I rinsed it off after 20 minutes, I just was amazed at the results in the mirror. My sunspots looked immediately lighter, which I can't really say I know another product that has really done that for me. It's way too strong for me to use more than once a week, but there's some weeks where this feels so intense and it just stings so bad. But I promise you, if you can get through the intense tingle, the results are so worth it. My skin just feels like baby soft skin in the morning, and my skin just overall looks brighter. I just love the results I get from this. And this has literally every AHA and BHA that you could want in a chemical exfoliant. It just does the job. It's packed with good things. It lasts a long time. I've had this since the VIB sale in the fall, and it feels like, I don't know, I might have used half of it maybe. It's just so great. I love it. So many Drunk Elephant products I could sit here and recommend, but this is the one that has truly made a difference in my skin. So yeah, I would highly recommend this. Love this guy. And then Hourglass Powders. If I could recommend one Hourglass powder, it would be from their Ambient Lighting line, and it's in the shade Dim Light. But the reason I'm recommending this specific shade, I just think it could work with so many different skin tones. Maybe for super pale people out there, if you're very fair, this might be a little too dark for you, but for anybody else, I just feel like these powders are just truly magic. I say this all the time. They melt into your skin. There's just something about them, and you can't really, swatching them in store and applying them in store does not really do it justice. And they're available in smaller pans now, so you can try them out for, I think they're like $20-something. So give them a try. They're just so good. And then as far as the setting powder goes, the Cover FX Translucent Setting Powder is one of my favorites. I talked about this in my high-end staples video that I just cannot get enough of this, and it'll definitely be a repurchase. I'm going to link that video down below because all those products are available at Sephora too, but I didn't want to be repetitive. But I always rave about this because it's so great, especially for those of you with dry skin, because it just floats over texture. It makes your skin just look poreless and flawless. It adds almost like an instant filter, and it just makes your skin just look flawless and just that perfect setting powder. It really is. It's so great. And I love the packaging because it has this little lid that lifts up. But let me see if I can swatch this for you guys so you can see that it really is truly translucent. Like, it doesn't even show up. It blends so nicely into the skin. It mattifies. It's so great. I like it for baking underneath the eyes. It's just a great universal powder. I like it for cutting out underneath my blush and my contour. And as far as Cover FX goes, I also love their foundation. What is it called? It's their Power Play foundation. I love that as well. If you like a high coverage matte foundation, but you don't like the dull look of a matte foundation, that's another great foundation as well. Love that. And then as far as a blush, so Jouer Cosmetics is now available at Sephora, and I was super excited to see this because I always wanted to try them out. They're a really great, like, mid-range brand. They have some great products. I love their foundation too. I've actually never tried the full size, but the samples I've gotten are great. But the one product that I would highly recommend from them is their blush duos. I have the shade Rose Gold, and I love this specific one because it's a mix of your cool toned baby pink on the one side and then your darker peachier toned blush. Yeah, so you have a palette that can work with a warm toned or cool toned look. This peachier side is really pigmented, so I like that for more of like the tops of my cheeks, and then the baby pink is pretty for just an all over flush on the apples of your cheeks. So pretty. Let me see if I can, I have the Flower Beauty blush on now, but just so you guys can see how this looks when applied. But see, that light tone pink is really light, and then if you step it up a notch and you want to go a little darker, just go for the peachier shade, and it just looks so pretty along the tops of your cheeks. It just adds such a pretty flush, just enough color, not too much. But the pigmentation with these blushes are just perfect. They hit the nail on the head because they're not too pigmented and not too light, and they blend seamlessly. They never look patchy. They're not too powdery. I love these so much. I just feel like they look so luxe too. They look so luxurious. There's a big mirror in here. So yeah, I don't know. I love their blush duos. So would definitely recommend that from that line. Another blush that I wanted to recommend is the Buxom Wonder blushes. I have the shade Ibiza, and I'm telling you, do not be afraid of this bright color. I know it looks really intense in the pan, but it is so pretty. These are really highly pigmented, so you do have to kind of go in with a light hand with them. So that's one thing about them. I wish they were a little less pigmented, but the good thing about that, they last throughout the day. They almost last as long as my Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes, and I think that blush is probably one of the most longest lasting blushes that has ever been released. So, and this is close to that. And this has hyaluronic acid in here, so it gives almost like a plumpness and a sheen to your cheeks without adding any glow. It's just, I don't know, it just makes your cheeks look really smooth and healthy. It blends really nicely. Maybe that's why it blends so easily, because of the hyaluronic acid. It just, they never look patchy. They are just gorgeous on the skin. I just love this so much. Let me see. Swatching never does blushes justice, but just so you can see the color, it's just like a nudie, mauvey pink. It's bright if you build up the pigment, but it can be very subtle too. It just gives such a pretty wash of color to the cheeks. These blushes are just so good. And then if I could recommend one eyeshadow palette, it's the new Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. If you're a neutral tone girl like I am, I feel like you would really love this. The shadows in here are just such great quality. They blend so nicely, super pigmented. I love the range of shades. I love the pop of coral in here. I've been using this just as an everyday transition color, and it's just so pretty. I was initially afraid of it, but if you want to go for that coral trend, but you're afraid of that intense, like, pinky look, this is the perfect answer to that, because it's not too intensely pink, it's not too peach, it's just that perfect subtle color. It's just so pretty, and the shimmers in here are really pretty. There's one, this Angel Fire is more of a shimmer shade than a foil, and it's a little bit flaky. That's the only not great shadow in here, but everything else blends so nicely. Everything is really creamy. There's been a lot of Urban Decay palettes that I haven't liked, but there's so many stars in their line. I just feel like Urban Decay is so underrated for eyeshadows. They blend so nicely. I love them, and this palette is a new staple for me. So if you're looking for a new neutral palette, skip that $130 Natasha Denona palette and get this. You will not be disappointed. I've been loving this. So yeah, love this. Highly recommend. And speaking of foundations, the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Foundation is definitely worth it. It has been getting not great reviews. It's either people either love this or hate it. I guess there's been some issues with the formulation. Some people are complaining about a sandy texture in the foundation. I haven't experienced that, and even the first time I used it, I never even shook it up, and I didn't get that thicker, gritty texture. And maybe it comes down to skin type as well, but I'm on the dry side, and I love this, and it's a velvet matte finish. And it's truly such a unique finish. It almost, I wouldn't call it matte at all. You definitely have a tiny bit of a shine to it. Even maybe I would even go as far to say as dewiness to your skin. It adds a little bit of a glow, and it just makes your skin look just flawless, poreless. It's just so good. Now, it doesn't wear great throughout the day. It does break up a little bit, but not horribly. I mean, what foundation doesn't break up a bit? If you want to see this compared with the IT Cosmetics CC Matte, I dedicated a whole video to that. And I did come out of that video liking the IT CC Matte better. So if you're looking for a good matte foundation, go for their matte version. This gives a little bit of a dew, so it's kind of more of a satin foundation. But this wears really nicely. It just feels nice on the skin. It doesn't feel super heavy. And I just love the flawless look it gives. So I don't know what the negative reviews are about, but I really like this. So I would highly recommend this. There's so many shades. I think there's 50 shades in the line. Go a little darker than what you think you'd be. I picked up the shade Light Nude, and it's way too pale for me. I actually think I'm going to return it and pick up a darker shade because I really like the finish of this. I like how it wears, and I like the full coverage of it. So yeah, and also great things in this. So many great ingredients in here. I can't even think of them off the top of my head, but I'll list them on the side. But yeah, IT Cosmetics always puts great things into their makeup. So I highly recommend this foundation. I really like it. And then jumping around here, let's talk about SPFs. 2 SPFs that I would highly recommend, and especially with summer coming, at least where I'm at in the Northeast. I'm being better with my SPF, the sun's out a little bit more, even if I'm running out the door playing with my daughter. And I've been loving both of these because they're super lightweight, but they make your skin look healthy. So the first one, this Volition, this is the Prismatic Luminizing Shield. This is an SPF of 50. This almost has like a pinky sheen to it. It is so pretty, but it blends so nicely into the skin. It feels really lightweight. It looks pretty on its own, but it also wears well under makeup too. It doesn't pill at all, and I love the lightweight feel of it and just how it gives a subtle glow to the skin. It's just so pretty. Love this. Super tiny though. When I received it, I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger than this, so just be prepared for that. So yeah, I don't know how long this is going to last me, but I do really like it. But I think I like the Josie Marin one a little bit more. This is their Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF of 47. I have the tinted version, and this is great because the tint it gives to your skin. I was a little nervous about it at first because I don't know if this is going to look weird over the Volition SPF or not, but it's a very peachy tint, so I didn't think it would match my skin tone well, but it actually does, and it evens out your skin tone at the same time. So in a way, it feels like I'm applying BB cream to my skin. And see how it gives like a little bit of a sun-kissed glow? It just makes your skin look healthy, and it wears so nicely. If you're on the oily side, you might not like this. It's that true like argan oil feel to the skin. It feels a little bit heavier. It makes your skin a little bit more maybe on the dewier side. So if you're not a fan of that, you might not like this. But I just love how, again, healthy and youthful it makes the skin, and it just makes your skin hydrated. It keeps it moisturized throughout the day. So I really recommend that SPF. They're both really great. Okay, and then 2 lip products. I have been loving this Lip Quench by Tarte. I have the shade Nude. This is just a lip product that has been living in my purse. It just adds a pretty like sheen to your lips, and it's a perfect like pinky nude. It looks really pretty. It makes your lips just look hydrated and moisturized. It keeps them shiny throughout the day. It almost looks like you're wearing a gloss, and I just love the feel on my lips. It tastes like mint, so it's a treat when you put it on, and yeah, I've been really liking this. And then another lip product, I love this lipstick from Milk Makeup. They have this new bullet lipstick line, and I have the shade Cream. This is a really pretty pinky mauve color. I think they describe them as like a demi matte finish, but they're really creamy, and you still get that matte look. Let me see if I can swatch it on the side. But this is what I wanted Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk to be as far as the shade goes. It's that perfect pinky nude without being too mauve. It's just such a wearable color, and I love the formula. It almost feels like powdery matte finish on the lips, but your lips still feel hydrated. So it's just a really unique formula. I love the white packaging, and yeah, it's just another fun, nice lip treat to have. So I really like this. And then I have another skincare product here. This is the Coolest Sunless Tan Anti-Aging Face Serum. So I'm all about a sunless tan, especially now. I'm really trying to be careful with laying out in the sun. And this product just makes it so easy to get a nice even tone sun-kissed look to your face. I put this on at night, usually right before my moisturizer, maybe like once or twice a week, and it just adds such a subtle glow to your face. It's just so nice, and it has great ingredients in here. It has hyaluronic acid in here, argan oil, vitamin C. I don't think it's your standard, the L-ascorbic acid that's really going to make a difference with brightening the skin, but at least you know you're getting some kind of antioxidant effect from this, which I really like and appreciate. And yeah, it's just streak free. It goes on nice and even. It makes my skin feel hydrated. So I would really recommend this, especially if you're looking for just a nice natural tan look. If you don't want to be too unnatural looking, it's not too dark at all. And I'm super pale right now, and I can handle putting this on every so often. So it's really great. I love this serum. And then as far as fragrance, I had a lot that I wanted to talk about, but I figured I'd just narrow it down to one. But my favorite is this one by Nest, and it's the Indigo scent. And this is just such a unique scent. It's deep but light at the same time. It's just such like a sexy, sophisticated smell. It's probably more of a nighttime fragrance because it has this like deep background, like woodsy sandalwood note to it. It's just so pretty. And now that we're heading into the spring, I think it's really nice too because it also has like a floral scent to it as well. It's just a really unique fragrance. I love it so much. So yeah, if I could recommend one fragrance, it would be this guy. Love that. Let me know if you guys have tried any other Nest fragrances. I always smell them in store, and I get home and I'm like, which one did I try? I can't remember. I think it was the one with the white flowers on it. Can't remember, but let me know your favorite from Nest. And then one of my favorite daytime creams, I just talked about this in one of my monthly favorites, but this is the Herbivore Pink Cloud Cream. And I said this before, there's nothing remarkable in this cream. It's just a good daytime cream. It makes your skin look nice and dewy, keeps my skin hydrated, and the best part about it, it's so lightweight, so it really wears well under makeup. So that just makes me love it even more. I just feel like it's one of those no-fail moisturizers that you get what you get with it. It's not too heavy. I feel like this could work with dry skin or even oily skin. There's good stuff in here. There's hyaluronic acid in here, but not like any great anti-agers in here. But if you want a good lightweight day cream, this is great. I love it. Oh, and then last but not least, if you are a nude fan, I have this lipstick that I've been reaching for, but this is by Too Faced. This is from their Natural Nudes line. This is the shade Strip Search, and it's the prettiest, like, cool tone baby pink. I really like those light baby pink colors, but sometimes they're a little too intense, too Barbie pinkish. This is just, it's subtle in a way. I have like no room to swatch left, but see how it's just a little deeper. It has a slight bit of peachiness to it. It's so pretty. I love it. The formula is really nice too. It has a really creamy, smooth formula that wears nicely throughout the day. I'm really picky when it comes to nude lipstick as far as the formula goes. You guys know a nude lip can go really wrong really quickly because they show every bit of texture and peely chappedness on your lips, but that one wears really nicely, so I really love that. So that is it as far as my recommendations go. As far as my wish list, it's very short. I just have 4 things on it, and I think I will just get all 4 things because they've been on my mind for a while. But 2 things on there. I want to pick up the new Olaplex number 6. So this, I haven't tried anything by Olaplex yet. My hairdresser has raved about them, and also people on YouTube, and I feel like one of you guys have recommended them to me as well, as far as I was talking about my dry, thick, coarse hair, and somebody said you have to try Olaplex. So they've been on my wish list for a while, and they recently came out with this number 6 hair treatment, and it's basically a styling cream that you apply after you get out of the shower when your hair is still damp. You apply your conditioner as normal, but you use this more of just a cream before you blow dry your hair. And I heard you can get the same effect from the regular Olaplex number 3, so that really intrigued me. But another thing on my list is the Olaplex number 3, because I've heard just that it's an instant conditioning treatment for your hair, and it just transforms your hair. Apparently it repairs the bonds in your hair, and it just smooths down your hair strands, and I heard it's just like a miracle treatment. So I've always wanted to try that. I think I might pick up both and then dedicate a video where I use both and let you guys know my results, which one I would recommend. But the number 3 is more of a conditioner. You put that on after you shampoo, you let it sit, and then you rinse it out. Let me know if you guys have experience with using it, because I don't know, it's kind of confusing. A lot of people will say, oh, I wear it at night and then I wake up in the morning and I rinse it out and then I style my hair. Some people say you can just leave it on for 10 minutes and then rinse it out in the shower. I don't know if there's a difference in the result you get with that as far as how long you're leaving it onto your hair, but yeah, both of those really intrigue me, so they're on my list. And then also the new Sol de Janeiro SPF of 30 oil. It has the Boom Boom Cream scent, which huge fan of that scent, so I want to pick that up. And finally, Sol de Janeiro has an SPF. I've been wanting them to release an SPF for so long, but the fact that I'd be able to apply that yummy tropical scent on the beach would just make me so happy. So I'm really excited about that. I think I will pick that one up. And then the 4th thing on my list, if I can remember, oh, the Tarte Vitamin C Serum. They recently released this Vitamin C Serum, and I looked at the ingredient list, and it actually looks really good. It has an airless pump. It has the true gold standard vitamin C, the L-ascorbic acid, but usually brands aren't really good at doing both makeup and skincare, but a lot of Tarte skincare products have really impressed me. I love their under eye cream. The Maracuja under eye cream is so good. It's so brightening and really hydrating. So I'm really excited about this vitamin C serum. And of course, I'll share my results with you guys. Was that 4 things? Yes, that is 4 things. If there's anything else you guys can recommend to me, please let me know. There's so many other things that tempt me, like the Natasha Denona palette, but $130 for a palette, I just cannot do it no matter how big the discount is. But yeah, there's just so much newness out there. Let me know if there's anything you guys feel like I really need. Share what you guys are buying. I'd love to hear your list as well. It's always fun to hear. Maybe a little dangerous at the same time too, but it's always fun to talk about makeup and skincare with you guys, so share your comments down below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys.